Cool Cats, Cool Dudes, and Ilan Medlier's Silky Fire. How are you all doing? This is We All Love Leeds, the show where we discuss our love of Leeds. How you doing, Mr. Ben?
Very well. How are you, Mr. Tom?
Let's just say I'm a lot better than at 9 p.m. last Sunday.
Yeah. It was a good Saturday.
Funny how that works. Yeah. Generally, in a nutshell, if for anyone that just wants to stay for 20 seconds, then go to bed. Ben, sum it up in a nutshell. How you think the week went for us?
I'm trying to find one word. Positive.
I think that's a good way to describe it. But before we move further on, obviously we had a message in early today where it says 8:34, but I know for a fact he had one on here about 10 hours ago, but it disappears because of YouTube or StreamYard or whatever. But it says, "Hello guys, thanks for the program last Friday. Long time ago, as it was as good then as then. Only important and interesting teams you talked about."
Team.
Not digging any specific team out there, but don't worry, in a second we will be digging out specific teams, and obviously Russ Morgan is here, the questions man. Russ Morgan is in the house, evening to We All Love Leeds. The Unite Emery in him, I believe that is. You know what? We've got 2 games to get into, so let's just get on with the Sunday roast. Here's the Sunday roast. I've got to work on that one. Anyway, I thought it was great on Friday. Well.
I bet you did.
On Friday, I was in my element with it. We all, yeah. Yeah,
it's
wilting. It's funny how football has a way of dictating how you feel, but also the flu has a way of dictating that too. But I feel, as I said, feel a lot better last Sunday to this Sunday. Yeah. Speaking of selfish people that make everything about themselves, did you know Neil Warnock is unemployed again?
It's not surprising. It's not been great, really, has it, up there?
It's not. Thought I'd depict his exit from there. The only way I know how, via The Simpsons, of course, with, well, my work is done. Aberdeen asked, "What are you talking about? You didn't do anything." "Didn't I?" And then he just disappears. But the way he actually quit, Ben, was to go, "Having won my 2nd Scottish Cup game, there was no need for a 3rd. And then he left, never to be seen again. Until TalkSport rolls around on Monday, I assume.
He drains you, doesn't he?
33 days. Mrs. Warnock must have been sick. I bet she didn't even leave the house in that time. At least the Aberdeen players haven't got to come down to Cornwall for their pre-season training. I believe he had players doing that before. I don't know if it was as far back as when he was our manager. But
or bunking in his holiday home.
Yeah. Well, because he lives in Cornwall, so he travels up. But then during pre-season, he has teams come down to Cornwall, and they train in Cornwall while he's at home with the wife. But he's a character, that. But anyway, speaking of football matches that happened on a Saturday night, I have live footage of Arsenal in the Premier League title race. This was up to half-time, of course. I believe this was supplied by a certain gentleman who I'm sat on the internet with right now.
Cool. Yeah.
I've no idea. I don't know names. But that gentleman did supply a few of these, to be fair to him. Who wants the sausage? I like the 3 points or the 6 points that we got since I last was on the air doing this show. But I do have live footage of Arsenal escorting Ramsdale from the arena at half-time. Someone on the internet thinks he's a clown. Anyway, this is also live footage of Ramsdale after the game. Poor guy. Poor guy. That being said, there was a big game this afternoon in the English Premier League where obviously these two clans were presiding over proceedings, of course. One's most known for winning the Premier League 8 times, and the other is known for spearing the kids when he doesn't like what their dad is saying to him in a car.
He's tiny, you know. Carragher.
Sorry?
He's
Carragher?
He's tiny. Yeah. I've seen him at Leeds under-23s against Wigan. I think his lad was playing. He was sat about 20 feet away. He's tiny.
Russ immediately comes out in defence of his keeper. He did come out for the second half. He did. But I still thought the jokes were valid.
I kind of feel Arsenal are to blame for that.
Oh, yeah. His dad as well did not help things.
Well, dads don't help things, do they?
No, they have a habit of defending their kids. Anyway, another certain gentleman did send me this, where if you want to intimidate the Liverpool fans to make sure that they do not attack your bus this time, just slap a big JOB paint job on it. Any stories about how Man City's bus fared today? Have interest?
I've not heard.
Oh, not heard. Did you know that Manchester City have made it onto Netflix? You know they've got the documentary about the treble they won. Did you know it's in the true crime section? 115 FC, 115. But back to Arsenal, because obviously everything's about Arsenal, of course, all the time. Live footage of Arsenal fans deciding who they wanted to win today's big game. Some Arsenal fans just went for a simple sign. Other Arsenal fans got a bit more morbid. Live footage of Russ Morgan watching the game. 115 more to come. Yeah. But everyone knows the game did finish a draw, to which Mr. Klopp said they couldn't beat Man City today because the referee was fair and we are used to favours from him. That one of their players did take an almighty kick from Doku, to be fair. But all in all, the big picture of thing for Arsenal is the Arsenal elephant is back and it's on top of the tree for now. I was going to put that there even if they got knocked off. I'd have just moved it up to the Saturday bit. Anyway, Aston Villa today took a bit of a booting from Big Ange. So my heart bleeds for them. It really does, Ben. They might not get Champions League football.
Oh, no.
They shouldn't even be in the Premier League.
Exactly. They're not a Premier League team. They are a Championship team.
Brady would have been proud of Doku for getting away with that one. So it's 116 charges now, is it? If we're counting players that get away with dirty big. Anyway, we're going to talk about one side of Sheffield. Let's talk about the other side just quickly. Where someone on the internet postulates that they should create a new division for teams that are not quite good enough for the Premier League, but are too good for the Championship. Hard to argue against it, that sort of result.
I wouldn't say they were too good for Championship either.
They are in terms of like their promotion, because I know we've got more points than them. We've already got more points than them than when they got promoted, I believe. The reality is that they probably will be primed to come straight back up because they'll have Hamer, they'll have whoever for, I don't know what Hamer went in my head, but you know what I mean. Just don't get me wrong, it could be argued, there's a division for teams that are too good for League One, but not good enough for the Premier League, and they call it the Championship. So, I don't know. That's an even. At least we scored goals in some of our slackings. Like we attempted to go forward.
Yeah.
Even under Jesse
Well,
Marsh, we attempted.
You've got to give them the due. They got a point today.
I did.
Or yesterday, was it? I can't remember.
They were winning and then didn't win.
Yeah, they were. Last minute equaliser. And Burnley got a point just to make things a bit.
Yeah. No, you're right. But admittedly, this one's a bit out of date by a day because they've achieved a point since then. But this Sheffield United team has 13 points. Or let's say, for argument's sake, they've got 14 points with 10 games to go. It makes you wonder how bad the 2007-2008 Derby side was. Do you know they got 4 of their 11 points were against Newcastle? Amazing stuff.
It didn't look like the strongest Premier League there either, did it? With what was above them.
It really doesn't. So you could be. I'll go back to it in a second. I think peripheral vision, like I think there was Birmingham on there, for example. Hello, Alex. How you doing, mate? And yeah, so you got Fulham, Reading. They ain't got a pot of piss in these days. And Birmingham. Yeah. They could get relegated from League One, aren't they? I don't know how well they do it. I don't know. It's not looking great for them.
I'll tell you now.
Hello, John C. Director John.
It's just told me off for my camera.
Can't leave Chelsea out of this. Chelsea, after selling De Bruyne and Salah, you know, batting this light bulb is the only thing that cheers me up.
The 5 points clear at drop a minute.
That's good. That's good. Don't see anything bad happen to Reading.
Reading.
Yes. Alex saying hello to you, Ben.
Hello, sir.
Nice guy. Hello, Glenn Hayes. How you doing, sir? Every team entering the Premier League should be exempt from FFP for 2 years to allow themselves to get together.
Not a bad idea.
It's not the worst idea, but I'm sure there'd be a lot of opposition to it from the likes of Everton.
Let's say Man City go down this year through points deductions, and then they've got no FFP for 2 years, right back where they started, legally this time.
But the final one that was sent in by a certain individual, we'll just call him B, of course. Last-ditch attempt to save their season. Manchester United have dug up their pitch to plant potatoes. That way they'll have something to lift in May. Potato. Anyway. Are they still in Europe? Potato.
I don't know. I don't care. They beat Everton.
Yeah, but a lot of teams beat Everton these days. Anyway, should we get into some actual positive stuff? Did you know that there was a game at Elland Road on Wednesday? Was it Wednesday night? No, it was Tuesday night. Tuesday, yeah.
Under the lights?
Under the magical lights of Elland Road. I'm pretty sure they're just like any old lights for the sake of a disclaimer.
We used to have the tallest lights in Europe.
Yeah, we had
the diamond shaped lights.
Yeah. Did we have a
cantilever? And that was the
stand?
top. Yeah, we still have. It's the East Stand. It was. I don't know if it still is, but that was the tallest cantilever stand in Europe.
Yeah. We also had the largest club shop in the world for about 5 minutes. I remember when they first built it, it was like glass greenhouse. It still is, I'm guessing. Of course it is, we went in it. But Scumchester approved. Hello, Ian, how you doing? So anyway, as I took on board Ben's suggestions and basically went, if we're playing a night game, yeah, let's get out the night background or the night pitch or whatever. But I will obviously I'm only doing that really because don't really show the stadium of Ellen Road before we play there because we all know what it looks like. Anyway, this is how we lined up. Any thoughts on that, Mr. Ben? I know it feels like
No.
ice age ago, but
No, I was happy.
look at Ben giving all kinds of history and stuff. Up, lads, it's Lolo.
Lolo.
It's that gentleman who kindly graciously allowed us to stage a hostile takeover of his channel.
I think it was a successful takeover.
I'd argue it was a mildly successful takeover. And I say mildly, loosely. But anyway, up, Lolo, you and Mark must be having a banging weekend. Not bad. Yeah, you could have had worse weekends. Anyway, this is how Stoke lined up just for the sake of... I've never heard of most of these players, to be honest. But oh, well, look, it's the famous Lewis Baker from last week's quiz. Anyway, and let's be fair, keep his name in mind for the end of the show. I'm not going to tell you all why. I think you all know why. Then what's no? No, he was rested, was he not, for that game?
Yeah, they switched him around, didn't they, over the two games?
You're most welcome, Lolo. No, he got you'll see him in a minute on the Friday game, and smiles all round.
Although for me, right, you could start either of them on merit, but for me, James is the better impact sub.
Yeah, 100%. Willie Gnonto is a better starting player, but James is the one you'd want to bring on if you want to attack the grizzled 30-year-old Championship veterans, let's just say, which every team seems to have, as we're discovering this year. Anyway, so this is how we lined up, and like you say, Dan James got the starting berth. I think it's partly because obviously you can't change a winning team, but at this stage we're not a winning team because we drew before. Partly because we look tired at Huddersfield, I'd argue. And well, anyway, there's no shame in it. So I mean, Stoke decided they're going to go with back four, but they'd slot Baker in there, I suppose. Anyway, so yeah, those are humans that played for Stoke that day. And obviously Leeds had this Somerville rocking the nice snood there, I believe they're called. In my day, they used to be called a Bala fucking Clava, but okay. And then, kick off at... I mean, even Stoke have a social media team that will put a photo in on their kickoff. We're coming for you Wednesday. Anyway, if we start next season with Spurs away, how many of our starting 11 won't be in it? Probably half. It'd be very naive to kind of do what we did before. But what you're going to find, though, is we're going to have to be more shrewd in transfer market. If we do go up, because we can easily...
Don't sign any Americans.
Done. Yeah.
But no offence, Lolo and John, but you're shit.
Okay, wow.
And I know England can't beat you, right? And we always draw against you, but we're better than you on a whole level. It's not the Leeds
players' fault, though, is it?
But American footballers are just shit. I mean, I know Josh Sargent's playing well, but it's in the Championship. He does fuck all in the Premier League. It's not your fault that it's not your number one sport.
Just an American Timo Pukki. Anyway, stick the rounders. Wow. Okay. Shots are being fired from everywhere.
Septic tanks.
Yeah. Yeah, septic tank. Wait, what? Yeah, so obviously Stoke started off quite hot. I think it's argued to say. I had to look into this. Apparently, this Angela Smith was on the Stoke commentary for BBC Stoke. And she was, let's just say, even Stoke fans are not a fan of her, let's just say.
Oh, she was bad. I had it on because the I Follow LUTV had the Stoke commentary.
Right.
And the LUTV stream wasn't playing for about 20 minutes. So I had 20 minutes of her and that other idiot. And he was kicking off about something to do with the WhatsApp feed when the music went off in the stadium. And it was like, oh, they were most... It was like listening to a gardening show on Radio 2.
That was what I had also heard through reading things on socials. But their main contention, so I'll get to it in a second, like obviously Stoke got another header, which over the bar sort of thing. But their contention was she thought this was a penalty. Now, I kind of do, but I think the Stoke fans were not happy that she thought it was a penalty because she's meant to be talking up their team. What did you make of that?
I thought he won the ball, to be fair.
I mean, I know the photo makes it look like it's a sort of thing where if it went against me, I'd be really annoyed. But at the same time, I'm looking at that and you're just not going to get anything for that, are you?
No, the keeper in that photo, the keeper looked like he's broke both legs.
Yeah. But they were really mad at her for saying that. Anyway, and obviously Leeds tweeted out that they mentioned it on Twitter. But again, point out that other than that, nothing really happened for the first 25 minutes. She's a sodding former squash player. I thought she was a Labour MP. Oh, yeah, same name as one. Seen pens given. Yeah, but yeah.
Not in the Championship, you aren't.
Yeah, in the Championship, you have to get shot to get one. Both teams, you have to get shot to get one.
Unless you're Leicester.
I want to know what an Ipswich player has to do to get sent off. They don't have one. They have no red cards. It's incredible. And they're one of the teams that commit the most fouls. I think they're like fourth highest for fouls, which is really disproportionate because generally teams that are at the top of the table tend not to be at the top of the foul chart.
Did you see that penalty yesterday for Leicester?
Was it like a ref enamoured with Jamie Vardy or something?
Probably, yeah.
Like, oh,
it wasn't a penalty.
Is my hero growing up or whatever? Yeah, anyway. Bamford got set free. Then goalkeeper made the save. Obviously, ball comes back over with Rutter headering over the bar. This is the moment really where we started to turn the screw on them a bit. Because from then on, we peppered them for about 5 minutes where obviously Stoke tweeted that save made. James was away. Goalkeeper saved that as well. Stoke tweeted that. They're another team. They tweet everything. It's actually not hard to keep up with what's going on Twitter. Like, you can actually watch the match on Twitter. On their Twitter. I mean, I'm not going to watch it on Sky. But anyway, James again. We had to reference they had a miss. Again, this was a great save, to be fair.
Yeah, their keeper played well.
He really did. This was the moment where the Stoke fans were fearing the worst. Hear me out, boys. Don't park the bus. We're cooked. But then, 1 second, we go over. Ibsen had to be their man of the match. Has anyone tried to work out our final points? We can just crack 100, but we have to win every game, don't we? But
if we win the next four,
we can just crack the record total.
Yeah, if we win the next 4, we'll be on 92.
Yeah.
And then that leaves 6 left. So that's 30 points. No, sorry, 18 points.
There's the record 106. Yeah.
110.
We had Ruter collect ball. He sets James free, who then collects it. He cuts in, cuts out, does whatever he does, and then bang into the goal. I mean, barely see that there. Didn't realise that. But goal for Leeds. It's been a while since I had to use the poo emoji, which upset me last week, Ben. I had to break out the poo again last week. Not this week, though. Not this week.
You like being constipated, don't you, Tom?
Yeah, I really do. And they've constipated us a lot this year. Hello, Mr. Arsenal Podcast. Ryan, how you doing, mate? Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, basically, Leeds Stoke tweeted out basically goal help. Help with deflection. That's we've been due one of those. We've only had Archie Gray get one, whatever.
Yeah, not clutching at straws, Stoke. Goal's a goal.
Goal's a goal, exactly. Not surprising, to be fair. They are levels above us. It's been coming. We need a reaction. And someone who I'm guessing supports Leeds. I don't know though. Can't confirm it. Have that one, lads. It's a bit aggressive, isn't it? Come on. He's our Welsh prince, apparently. And then Lewis Baker collected the ball, and then bang.
So which one's the king?
Way round, actually. I was rode on in it.
I'm thinking Ampadu.
Yeah, but Ampadu's about as Welsh as my left testicle.
But he's Welsh. His dad was Welsh. His dad did. Right. Come on, but he's second generation Welsh now, and probably a generation about 10 beyond him, somewhere along the genial line.
So again, they're like Baker had a false melee into a save, to which Alfie Wilshaw wrote, "Can't be 2 inches to the right now, can it?"
No, it can't.
That's why you're in the Championship, mate. That sounded really bitchy of me. I'm sorry, Alfie. If Vinny is Welsh, Vinny he's not Welsh.
Vinny's well.
He's not Welsh.
He's about as Welsh as Andy Townsend is Irish.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so at half time, obviously, I felt we looked really good for the lead at that point, to be fair.
Yeah.
It should have been more than one.
Oh, definitely. The keeper made 4 saves, 4 good saves in that half. So, yeah, it should have been more than one.
Yeah. I did enjoy when they came back and they went, "We're back underway in West Yorkshire," and they used an image of them defending, which tells you how that first half went in terms of like territory, let's just say. They had shots. I got photos of them actually shooting, and they're like, nope, we're going to show the defence doing what we did for the most of that half.
At least they're honest.
Yeah, I'll give them that. Speaking of saves, Meslier made another save from Baker. I've got some things to say about Lewis Baker. Did you get the feeling that he had a point to prove?
Yeah, he was shoot on sight, Lewis.
Yeah.
He didn't have a bad game, to be honest. I thought when he went off, they were a poorer team.
Time to laugh in Yorkshire. Hello, Colonel. Yeah, I got what you meant, mate. Yeah, you're right. His game was fine, but it really suited us that he had the thing of, I'm just going to shoot every time I get the ball.
Yeah.
Because it was like, you're not a goal scorer, mate. Like, he's got a few this year, but you're not going to hurt us. Sort of thing. I'm not even saying that'd be horrible. It's just the fact, it was basically, we'd have happily watched him take shots all day, surely. It's a bit like when Ampadu has his, I'm going to have my obligatory shot per game, and you know it's going in Rose Ed. The opposition are glad to give him the ball from 20 yards out because they know where it's going. Anyway, in the match of the day style, Pearson collects a yellow card. And you know, if they show a yellow card on Match of the Day, you know where that's heading. Anyway. Melier saves from Campbell with his leg, which his legs had a good week this week, to be fair to Mr. Melier. Glimpse of prime Campbell. Well, if that was prime Campbell, then that explains why you're in relegation battle. Is that too bitchy of me again? Anyway, fuck him. Gucci's, yeah, whatever. It's another chance for Stoke. That Daniel James, this is when Joseph got away from him. I believe it was a long ball. Then he rams the goalkeeper. I'm not trying to do him dirty with this photo because it was great defending.
It was, but from that photo, it looks like you can't miss.
Yeah. But by the time he swings that leg round, no, you're right. You're right. It's just great defending, and they are thrilled with it. Stoke were bloody like, this is passion. Like this was the closest they come to scoring to their fan base. Basically, was we cleared the ball off the line. Campbell Soup, they did well winning.
This is great passion.
Bit. Marching on together. We're gonna see you. I guess it's gonna see you win. They played well in all. Winning at Preston. It's no tapping, is it? Funny you say that about Preston. Anyway, so they acknowledge like he makes a save from another save from Dan James. Got no throw of it, but basically they acknowledge it was his best game for a country mile. Of course it was. It was his day in front of the Sky cameras at Ellen Road. Goalkeeper putting himself in the window. Another shot for Finn, and then Pearson basically decides, no, Dan James, you're not running past me, which earned him a red, to which he basically gives the classic, what did I do, ref? What did I do?
No, it was more, what again? that cunt obviously doesn't like Leeds, does he? It's just like, he can play every week for me, that dick.
Yeah.
3 times.
Apparently, I'm sure I heard this on Square Ball, to be fair, but it's apparently he has been sent off against Leeds more than any player has ever been sent off against one club in the history of the Championship.
Dick.
Obviously, Stoke reaction was Pearson sent
he
off
got
for a
booked the
yellow
second
card.
he came on, didn't he? He did.
Yeah.
You just knew. You just knew. Who's this dick? Oh, it's him. Fucking dickhead.
Thought your goalkeeper looks better than ours. Who do you support, Mr. Basher? So obviously Paul Dixon goes, of course he is. I love that. The guy said off. Of course he is. Like is expected. Then obviously we said we did our one, and then Gary, two answers. Clearly didn't fancy a trip back to Preston. Lord Andrew Flashheart says, can't he send off their keeper instead? And then John, John's a hard man to please. Wilson, I was hoping for something a bit funnier here, to be honest. There's no pleasing some Leeds fans, to be fair. That can't surprise you. Daniel James is away again. Then the ball hits the goalkeeper in the face. And what can you say to that, Ben? Hit him in the face.
That looked like a spot the face competition.
I will let you in on a secret. It took me far longer to get that image than on average, because I actually went to the trouble of slowing down YouTube and then getting the exact frame where it hit him in the face. It's quite pleased with myself there. Anyway, then the game basically got terminated on this moment where Laurent had a shot, a goal, and it ended up being the last kick of the game. Got to be scoring that. That was such a chance. Was it really such a chance? It was a good save and all.
They played well. Look, they played a lot better for me than what position in the league that they are in. But they didn't really do much with the ball. You got shots on goal and chances, but they were anything major that troubled us. At any point in that game, I didn't see when we go 1-up. I don't feel nervous. I just feel we know how to close it out. And even when, like, it's happened a few times where we've come out slow second half, Norwich, for example. But I just know at some point we are going to get a grip of the second half. And I know the sending off helped us, but we had a grip of it maybe 5 minutes before that. So,
of course.
They played well, Stoke, and for me, they won't go down. If they play like that, they won't go down. They won. Did they win at weekend? They won 2-1.
I think they did.
Yeah,
I'm not sure for
think
some. I
they won
mean,
2-1.
we technically have it here, but Steve, who's scared of being happy? We're really pleased that we won these games. We're just going through and laughing at what other people say during it.
Yeah, they beat Preston 2-1. So yeah, for me, Stoke will be all right. They held a good account of themselves. You wouldn't have thought that they were in a relegation fight.
No.
I mean, even when we was on top,
you can see why they are though.
Yeah. You've got idiots like Pearson.
Exactly. And has added some character to the room. He's found himself a plant and lighted equipment. Good old Colonel Ward. Alex Atari says, when you get to the Premier League next season, would like Ramsdale on loan from us?
No.
With his relegation record, no thank you, sir.
No. He's Sheffield United. We don't like them. Muppet.
Yeah, he did play for them, didn't he? And didn't he get relegated with Wimbledon as well?
Yeah.
This was obviously Fark and Schumacher. He was at Ellen Road earlier in the year with Plymouth, I believe.
Whinging about the referee, and I don't see why.
Ben's hair's off centre tonight. And Jesus, Ben, I'm getting off easy. This is why you have nothing in the background, so you can't have nothing to talk about. Anyway,
well, I could go that side.
Yeah. Steve would like... Steve Easy Peasy would like Daniel James starting next game, but in Fark I trust. I never said this on here, but Bamford bashers, Farker haters in December. Get a funking grip. To be honest,
you get fickle Leeds fans that when it's going good, want to be part of it. When it's not going good, want to give the 6 pence worth. You get them at every club, but they're seen worse at Leeds.
Exactly. I can't really hate a manager that has won most of his matches with us.
I was watching, not naming any names, but I was watching a Leeds YouTube channel when Firpo got injured again. Oh, he was finished. Never play for Leeds again. Now he's bumming him. Do you know? It's like
people were saying bad things about the King. We'll remember it. We'll remember it when it comes down.
You pay that person a subscription fee, and you get nothing for your money. Nothing. You get what I get, and you pay him $2.99 a month. Why? Square ball, you get a bit extra. One Leeds fan channel, get a bit extra. I'm sure even Just Joe gives you a bit extra for your subscription fee. This person, no, you just get what everyone else gets. I don't see the point, but it's your money. If you feel charitable, sir, you can be charitable.
Sorry?
If you want to be charitable, you be charitable.
I am a charitable person.
I want lecturing you there. I was just staring at you.
I'm a massively charitable person. Anyway, that's why I'm such a prick in general. It's because I'm like, I give to the needy. Anyway, what? All right, lads. I've seen my boys give your boys some help yesterday, that must be Brownie in Cardiff. Hello, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
You got 1,000 replies on Facebook. For what? Seem worse. Evening Brownie. And I've never been a Bamford basher. No, you'd be called something else to do with Bamford. More like a Bamford bummer. Not there's anything
Ian,
wrong with that.
coming from you, Ian, there's an alternative meaning to that. I just know there is.
Cheers, Brownie. And you don't know me, lads. I fought football all my life. You make a statement, just putting up posts to shit you're getting back. They truly try destroying people.
They only destroy you if you let them.
It's just words on screen, ultimately.
Yeah.
I know that's hard to say. I know that's easy to say. But
the thing is, it's easy to say when you're hid behind a dark curtain and a keyboard. It's easy to say what you want, you know, but don't bother me either way.
fuck. Right. So obviously at full time we were like, I mean, I felt that relief for about 10 minutes, and then it went back to the same old riddled anxiety about what was going on up the road. But I think it's fair to say Stoke put in a spirited performance, to be fair to them.
Yeah.
So exactly the sort of performance you would hope to put in if you were in their situation. Like, you tried to get a win, you didn't, and you didn't then make it worse for yourself.
I feel it was probably a quiet journey home for them. They could have got something from it, but inevitably they didn't. They probably feel they deserve to get something from it.
Stoke didn't enjoy their cold Tuesday night in Leeds. Leeds reaction on Twitter. Someone who Stoke Davo came into our Twitter universe. Basically wrote, "What a sad little life." You ever seen that scene on Come Dine With Me? Brilliant.
Maybe.
He's the guy that he's hosting the final night, and he doesn't win, so he basically kicks everyone out of his house. But he gives this big old speech like, "Oh, what?" It basically starts with, "What a sad little life you lead," and all this.
You're the same, mate. Wear a shirt, the collar open like Elvis. Anyway.
Anyway. Now is if you get promoted, going to go back to being Yaya Sanogo. No way. Evenson, Go, Just Joe, Lockie, JB, Evie. Okay. I have that £10 and the Bamford lead scarf from that.
I don't watch any of them. I don't. I just feel there's more to reading. Is it Football Insider app and all the bullshit on it? I can read them for myself. I don't watch any of them shows, to be honest.
I ain't really got the time. And I don't mean to sound elitist when I say that. It's just work and stuff. Anyway, lucky second half. Stoke were really coming into it, saved by the red card, I think. Not necessarily there. I think they were still coming at us even with the red card. Need to go on and beat Sheffield. I wonder if we do go on to beat Sheffield. This was a right ash of a game. Good win, but then should have buried it long before they had a man. Oh, anyway. That being said, this was some tweets on the Stoke thing. Battled well, held our own. Keep playing like that and you'll be fine. I love the "you'll be fine" thing. You guys couldn't score in a brothel, for fuck's sake. Where is Josh lately? Where's Josh Hope?
Just find him, Tom.
Tomorrow, I'm going to check if he's alive. Really wasn't a bad performance considering Leeds will most likely be playing Premier League football next year. But then someone called T.LUFC goes, "Hold, enjoy League One." The duality of man in one tweet. If you don't watch them, 30,000 followed. You don't deserve my time. What planet are you on?
I don't watch them because, one, it's not my thing. 2, I don't have a lot of time for it. And 3, I don't watch Leeds United fans that do Man United watch-alongs. It's not Leeds United. So if I'm not worthy of your time, fuck off.
That's all right, Steve.
I don't beg your
We're not
view,
worthy
and I
of
never
your.
will.
No, we're not worthy of Steve's time. That's all right. You know what? I'm gonna rip my head or hit the pillow, and I'll close my eyes and I'll wake up tomorrow and it'll be fine.
Yeah,
Not gonna lose any sleep
sure
over
you
it,
know.
mate.
I'm
Have a
sure
good
you're
night.
not watching what affects my life in the slightest. So yeah,
Half
thanks
and
for
half
joining us.
scarf. Good old half.
Good luck with your life. Off you go. Yeah, quick question anyway to Leeds fans. Do Leeds fans do Man United watch-alongs?
We don't really do any watch-alongs.
No, but would you do a Man United watch-along?
Only if it was Leeds versus
For
Man
view-
United.
For views, just to beg views off
Nah.
YouTube.
Nah.
No, exactly. Thank you, Glenn.
Never.
And it's called Just Joe, but it's not Just Joe.
Also, obligatory. You've never won. You've not officially won the match until that man tells you, "Let's go, guys." Yes, hate the bastards. Love them losing. Steve, why are you still here? You've just said we don't deserve your time, mate. Why are you still giving us your time? I mean, I'm happy for you to make your comments and stuff, but you literally just said we don't deserve your time, mate. Anyway, that's the last I'll make of that. Steve is the man.
I love you,
Everyone's
John.
entitled to their opinion.
Look, I here to cause fucking shit with. That's cool that you're a friend of Joe's, right? I'm not. I'm not nothing against Joe, right? I just don't watch his show, and because I don't watch his show, if I'm not worth your time, that's fine. You don't wind me up in the slightest, by the way. Not in the slightest.
That's fine. Anyway, so this is how. Again, thanks to Director John for putting this together. Yeah, I think these stats tell the story of what happened. I don't think it's unfair to say.
It's not about that to me either, Steve. If you watch our previous shows, you'll see us explaining that. We do this for our fun. We've got our followers, got our viewers.
That's okay, Steve.
Don't care if it's 2, 20, 200, 2,000. Couldn't give a shit. Not in it for that. I've got a job. I make my money that way. Thank you.
Anyway, so that is that. And for anyone who wondered, these were the games in that particular match week. It was particularly disappointing to discover Ipswich had missed a penalty just after the game ended, I believe. Ipswich got the penalty, missed it, and then scored within a minute of missing that. Annoying.
Yeah, it's pissing off when it's Sunderland did well and then didn't do well. But you can't have everything in a weekend.
Guys with small dicks only worry about subscribers. No thanks to you. One less for Joe now, mate. Came here for the snacks. What snacks did you have, Gary?
I've got Haribo giant colas, Gary, if you want one, mate.
I came here for Gary. We're all here for Gary, aren't we? As the slogan goes,
Gary's sound.
I'd rather have 5 real people than 100 fake ones. I mean,
exactly.
Be kind of you to say that, Colonel, but I mean, he'll go to bed tonight and he'll think, I really shouldn't have brought up how many followers, because it's the sort of thing virgins do. But anyway. Wait, what?
Yeah. It's like I'm 15.
Featherstone Rovers have a player called Harry
I got
Bowe.
50 likes. Oh, give a fuck, honestly.
I'm a friend of Wee Man. Who's Wee Man?
off Jackass.
Oh, I'm 7'2", so I don't know what he's talking
Nah,
about.
he's name dropping now. He's dream knocking. He's name dropping, and he's like, oh, look, I know what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh, if we can all exaggerate, I can exaggerate because we.
yeah,
If
exactly.
we can
I got
all exaggerate
500
about
subscribers. Well, I'm a friend of
followers or
Weeman.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway. So, did you know, Ben, that we played a second game this week?
Yes, I did. I feel a bit of deja vu coming on.
Right, here we go. Do you know that's Hillsborough Stadium from above?
On a night?
On a night as well, yeah.
It actually looks all right because that is a docile stadium. It's just an asbestos pit.
Gary. They don't get bothered about what people say as long as it's not hate.
So Joe don't get bothered about what people say. Joe don't get bothered about what people say. And you call yourself a subscriber to Joe and a mate of Joe, and he doesn't get bothered about what people say. Really? Okay then. Delusional.
Have a good night, Steve.
I've got more followers than you, Steve. Good night.
Steve, I look forward to watching your YouTube channel. Anyway, see you later. Good night, sir. That being said, that's the inside of Hillsborough. Oh, Ben turned into admin. Admin mode.
Got one less follower now, guys. Sorry.
Sheffield's a shithole. I want to go home with 3 juicy points. And my friend's sister's friend is friends with her cousin's friend who used to
get drunk on the local park with no friend. But is she a subscriber? Is she a subscriber, Glenn?
Did she subscribe to Joe? I know this makes it sound like we're going to be at war with Joe.
I'm not at war with Joe. I just don't watch Joe. And that's my preference.
Exactly. That's what we said at the start.
I don't watch fucking Jersey Shore. Do you know what I mean? It don't mean I'm at war with them.
Yeah. Joe. Anyway.
Joe's all right.
Anyway,
I don't mind him. It's just, I ain't got time to watch all the YouTube in the world, and I've got what I watch on Leeds United, and Joe's not one of them.
Post a pic of your back, Ben, so I know who to follow. What?
Could do that for next week.
Good old Colonel Ward. Mine is bigger than yours.
I think she's dead now, mate.
Bench wenches and a bottle of white lightning. Sheffield is a nice hunting ground to rack up the goals.
That's why I like Jimmy. He's from my era. White lightning and special red.
I think she's dead now, mate. Mr. Tom, watch Leicester bottle it next week. I hope you're right. Well, no, next week they're playing the FA Cup. Like Leicester don't play a league game for about 3 weeks, if I remember rightly. Gary says, Tom, Ben, tell your new old friend you're independently wealthy. You do this free, and you do this free. Oh, Gary. Leicester City, we're coming for you. I had to stop myself there. Anyway, so this is our Wednesday lined up. Now, it's important to know, Wednesday had won, 5 out of 6 games going into this?
They've won 4 in a row. Yeah, 5 out of 6.
Yeah. So, but evidently a key part of that was Ian Pervader, who can't play in this particular game because he belongs to Leeds United.
I think that did affect them. How they set up.
They lacked pace because of that.
Under this youthful looking manager.
How you doing, Taib, anyway? So, obviously, this is how we lined up. I believe the main change would have been Nonto coming in for Dan James, as discussed earlier. King Furpo's still there as well, so that's all right. That's all right. This is how they lined up. Just straight in there with 5 at the back. Not that it's a crime to have 5 at the back, but it does signal your intent to some degree. Let's be top of the table.
I don't mind 5 at the back because if you haven't got wing backs, then they generally use wingers. And wingers don't mark very well when superb assists are coming in from Junior Firpo. So.
Exactly. I suppose that's a fair point. They just watch it go past, I suppose. This is how we lined up. Obviously, pretty much the same as usual. That being said, then obviously Sheffield Wednesday decide no photo. Small time. I bet Steve's got more followers than Sheffield Wednesday, though, despite what we say about him. Anyway, we got Archie Gray in our photo. Just saying. The game, nothing really happened at the start. Then in the 17th minute, I believe it roughly was, corner comes in. I think it's Gassama. He's through and just deflects it wide. It was a
good, different game.
I know we don't usually play the what if game, but how do you think it would have turned out had they got the first goal in that moment?
The what if game, it would have been a lot harder to break them down.
Do you think their high line forced us to mix the passing up?
Yeah, look, they pressed, they didn't press, they blocked, they didn't block. First half, I thought they were unlucky to be 1 down, to be honest. I won't lie, they had a very good account of themselves for the league positions we're in and the league position they're in. But second half, they let us come into it into the last 15 minutes at first half, which inevitably we scored, and I think that dejected them and give us the impetus to take control second half.
Agree with what you're saying. I agree with Glenn's saying. It's we would probably be on for a massive winning streak had we scored the chance in the first 5 minutes at Huddersfield, but we didn't, and we didn't win. So Sheffield Wednesday then had a spell where we were right under the cosh, to be fair to them, going from bottom upwards. That being said, even to the point where we even admitted it ourselves on Twitter that they were the better team in the first half of the first half, so the first quarter game. We started to get into it more when Ruter's threw on goal. But his attempted chip or shot was saved by the keeper, and then his rebound was... Is it fair to say that's blocked off the line, even though it's not on the line?
Yeah, that line. It's on a line.
Okay. I got away with that one then. Yeah. But because obviously there's another player behind him as well. So I was thinking... to which we had a chance. Sheffield Wednesday fan, go big or go home, says getting caught too easy over the top, dangerous game to play. Sam, who is a supporter of Sheffield Wednesday, says Bambo is getting caught and caught again. Fucking fridge. No idea what he's talking about. But anyway, Ruter had a header, inches over. Then comes the killer moment in the game, really. Junior Firpo receives the ball. He lashes the ball across. Manages to go across like 7 players, like 6, being generous. Bamford beats the offside trap onto it. Andy Hinchcliffe, you can pick the moment where Andy Hinchcliffe's heart just bursts into pieces. Bamford scores.
Beadle's hand failed to save them.
Maybe if he'd have used a bigger hand instead of the smaller hand, it'd still been 0-0 at half time.
I have to say, my mate was there. Mate I was in army with, and he texted me, "Oh yeah, same old story. Play until Wednesday, concede." And it was only 30 seconds. And to be honest, right, they had the ball 15 seconds over the allotted time. None of the crowd were whistling for the full-time whistle. As soon as we got the ball, then they started whistling. You can't have it both ways. Plus, your keeper took 30 seconds to take a goal kick during that added period. And it is only a minimum of what is suggested. So you're just clutching at straws. Your fullback should have marked Bamford better.
I mean, there's literally 6 guys there that could have stuck their foot out at some point and then just knocked out for a corner, of which it would have ended the half. Because they don't actually account for corners when it comes to stoppage time or anything like that. As Brazil found out in 1978, if anyone's seen it. But that being said, the goal reaction was the initial reaction. Joe, not that one, says, "Shag me, please." I might be washing my hair that night. Too busy. Great cross from Firpo. Great finish from Bamford. Get in. Do. Yeah. Get Firpo off. Yeah, all right. Is that a demand or a request? Anyway, what? And then someone else says, "Get in." Sheffield Wednesday reaction to this was questionable 4 minutes. Is that your mate?
Yep.
Yep.
No, he's called Chris.
All right. Time doesn't stop until Leeds score. Absolute joke. Poor officiating again. No reason to play 4.5 minutes. Maybe you wouldn't have if your goalkeeper hadn't took a minute to take a goal kick. Anyway, defo offside that. It's not. And it's got our badge. Wait, what? Or the Yorkshire, whatever. It was 45 plus 4. Palmer's fault for faffing around. Just clear the ball. Not the first time this evening he's been caught in possession. So, leading 1-0 at half time. Sheffield Wednesday, obviously acknowledging that too. We come out for the second half and we're on them again like flying shit. Root hair, twist turns, shot saved. Right, fine. Sheffield Wednesday, someone went on took the chance to go onto their Twitter and said they're crap and they're going down. Well done. And then, for fuck's sake, Roll's great escape. Anyway.
I think this is the equivalent of their fickle fan, because I bet for the last 4 games he's been high and mighty, praising, loving the manager, loving what they're doing. You're playing the team that's going to win the league and you're whinging, man. So
you get them in every fan base. I think that's been quite. I think one of the things I've discovered more about, like, since doing this and doing the thing where I look at what the other fans think, because it's fascinating sometimes just seeing what they think about the same thing you've seen, is very. I always just thought, am I just I'm a reactive fan because like your club is ingrained in you and things like that. I realise no, other clubs' fans are also stupid. So that being said,
so last season I wasn't fickle. Last season I was consistent. We were shit. At no point did I get on high and mighty and on the back of any manager. We were shit, and we all had reason to be. We're shit. That guy ain't got reason to be shit. You've just come on the back of a 4-game winning streak. Things are looking up. You've clawed back your points deficit. You're getting beat by the team second in the league, and you're whinging that you're shit and you're going down. That's just.
No, you're right.
It's
that inspired my thinking with this, that propaganda. It's very good. And if you don't listen to it, even if you're a Leeds fan, you don't listen to that, I don't know what you're doing with your time. It's a fantastic, 40 minutes, to be fair to them, or whatever it is.
Yeah, and they take the piss
yeah.
out of themselves when they lose.
Yeah. No. Yeah, of course. But yeah, like you say, I had people on the stoop, and I'm not knocking the stoop, it's just the platform for it, where they were people go, "Oh, you're being negative." I'm like, we're 19th in the Premier League. What am I supposed to say? If we play well, I'll say
Jesse
we played
Marsh
well.
in charge.
Yeah.
Jesse Marsh and then Xavi whatever and fucking Sam Allardyce. What's to be happy about? 1 second. Just grab some.
Yeah, the square ball. They are. They're very good.
Yeah, good square ball. Very good.
Melier, we got an innocuous free kick generally, basically, where he then launches the ball upfield, where Patrick Bamford basically flicks it to Ruter, who then puts Willie Gnonto through, who he takes a touch, takes his shot, back of the net, and the exact words that left my mouth when it brought it the back of the net, and it's probably naive and presumptuous of me, but I went, that's game right there.
Yeah, I text my mate, game over.
Just from the way it was going, and we've seen this match play out in the same way, even not involving Leeds, but you've seen it a million times. A team's pushing, other team goes 2-0 up.
And they say 2-0 is the most dangerous league, but not in this circumstance, no. You felt confident texting game over, didn't you? It was just, yeah. If anything, we were going to add to that lead.
Ben, I can't help myself. When people go 2-0 is the most dangerous lead, I'll sit there and go, it's not. 1-0 is the most dangerous lead. Because if the other team scores, you're no longer leading.
Well, 0-0 is really.
Well, yeah. But it's not a lead then.
Well, yeah. Most dangerous score, 0-0.
I know what they mean really is because the momentum then swings as such. But
yeah, or you can get complacent with it and then, yeah. But inevitably, 2-0, you're still getting a point out of 2-2. It's very rare that the momentum swings into 3-2, is it? Do you
know? Bremner as Ghost Jimmy doing the Willie Gnonto chant, and I think Russ is enjoying it because he's probably new to that particular chant. Let's just say last season it wasn't Smile that they were saying.
I think you should change Smile to his peacock is fucking massive.
Anyway, so obviously they what's the word? They've already run out of puns for him scoring a goal, and they've just gone with his name and what a finish. I really need. Oh God, I should have bookmarked it. I never used a bookmark feature. I should have bookmarked the one because even 2 weeks ago it was at 6 million views.
I'm sure you'll find it if you searched it. Was it Gnonto sticks it in or Willie sticks it in?
Yeah, it's Willie sticks it in. And even on the night of the game, it had 2 million views, and our other goals combined had about 300,000. Careful, I'm getting a bit Steve-like talking about views. Anyway, what? That's a tree. 3 trees. Okay. Or is it logs? Anyway, reaction to the goal from Zovic, who has just appeared as if from fucking nowhere. He's all over Twitter now, whoever he is, with Willie. Well done, guys. Not bad for 12 men. Where is Josh Hope? Anyway, well done. Not hard when this ref has a pink shirt on. Okay. Remember when Leeds fans were mad at this lad for something? Yeah, me neither. This lad is superb. He looks like a tree. It's not a peacock. No way.
I've just
What are
got
your
a square
thoughts
with
on-
loads of numbers in it.
What are your thoughts on Savile not being a tragedy chant? Doesn't bother me personally. I just think it's sad that people chant those things, but
I just don't really
people
care.
can do
Look,
what
it's
they
what
do.
the youth do in it when they're at football clubs. I mean,
Oh, you
I don't
finished?
think there's anything glamorous. I don't think there's anything glamorous about going down for a pint at half time and getting covered in everyone's beer. But you know, beer and cocaine, that's what it does.
You seen the new Lassie film? Lassie Goes to Caribbean with a border collie dog. Typical Colonel Ward.
I fucking
Being
love it.
Colonel,
It's
being
great.
Colonel. Colonel being Colonel. Of course he is. I mean, what does
Exactly,
that have
Jimmy.
to do with the
Exactly.
price of milk? Yeah. What does it have to do with the price of milk in Denmark on a Wednesday? Absolutely nothing, but I'm still glad he wrote it. I'm still glad he took the time to type it. Sheffield Wednesday reaction. Okay, let's get ready. You knew it was going to be good when it started with not difficult when Leeds were playing with 12 men.
Oh, Thomas. Come on now. It wasn't that bad. It really wasn't.
I should message him saying to change his name because I'm not sharing names with people that actually
Thomas,
go
mate,
on the internet and write that sort of thing.
Just take your defeat
George-
and just man up, man.
George is clearly some kind of legend who's basically then put a photo of "You've been hit by my Willie." Pretty sure that's not PG. Poor from the linesman. He's offside. I think you'll find he wasn't. It's funny. Leeds Council must have made it a requirement to be a Leeds fan when they went up because they've never had these fans before. Come on. Now.
Have we not?
I've only been supporting Leeds since 2020.
Where's Sam been? Has Sam just been born? I think that's his date of birth there. He's not been born yet. 9th of the 9th, 2105. He's not been born yet. So what does he know?
So if that is his date of birth, he's what, like nearly 25? It's like you're typing things like that on the internet, young man. Agreed, Ben and Brem. Others are moaning. That's a fair question, Glenn. There's no harm in that. More bothered by the Turks and the Knives chants.
Oh, on the other shoe, right? I don't like the Munich chant and stuff like that. I just think if you can't beat the other team with banter without going to like personal tragedies where families have lost lives and stuff, then you shouldn't be doing it. You know, it's like if you can't have banter on YouTube without bringing up people's subscriptions, you should be doing it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, speaking of plebs named Steve. Yeah, wait, what? Anyway, so Nonto is Steve Nonto sets Somerville free. Sets Somerville free.
Steve Somerville. Up to Steve Somerville. And he puts past Steve Beadle, did he? Oh no, Steve Beadle saves.
Makes a save, doesn't he? Yeah, unfortunately. See how it says it here, factually. Superb save from Steve Beadle to keep out Somerville. Steve Somerville. It's actually Sheffield Steve Wednesday versus Steve United.
Is it what did Steve Tempest have to say on the matter?
He says goal at end of the first half has affected the team from front to back. Midfield been run over this half. And
what about go Steve or go home?
Yeah. Go Steve or go Steve. I said Masaba have been poor tonight. Taking at what point does it get? Have we gone too far with this? Anyway,
never gone too far. Always look on the bright side of Steve.
But are both sides bright? Because he doesn't like it when people are being negative about Leeds.
Oh, Joe.
Or Joe, yeah, of course. I didn't know his real name was Joe Steveman.
Did you not? It's just Steve, I think the show's called. Just Steve.
So Gasma has possession. He
pulls off a shot. Now, to be fair, I believe the bounce was unanticipated by Meslier. Ironically, Smith is there. Actually, is his name?
So Zampadu.
That's actually what
Steve
I've written
Ampadu
the
off the
side
line.
as. I wrote, Smith is there, but so is Ampadu. Clears off the line. Meslier spills the strike from Smith. Spills strike Smith there on the rebound. Leeds managed to clear off the line. To which Dave Cheatham says Smith is a waste of a peg in the changing room. Masterclass. And Eltel, for some reason, wrote sausage roll. Saville, remember the last four letters.
Excuse me. It's been a long day.
Ben, do you think Peru might look better with a proper Leeds pre-season? I don't think he's fit enough.
I don't think he knows what his role is. From what games he's played, and I know he's fallen second to the way to Bamford lately, but when he was playing, he scored 10 goals. And obviously he's got the penalty since then, but that's still a good return at this level for me. I still think he's going to 3 or 4 more.
What I will say,
we go up, we sell him. It's as simple as that. Or he's a fringe player.
I could be wrong. I don't think he's done enough for us to displace Bamford or keep Bamford out. But the things he has done means that basically when he rocks up at Ellen Road for Sheffield United or something like that, because he will be purchased by whichever Premier League team goes down.
Right. He doesn't suit the low block teams, whereas Bamford gives us that key to unpick him, because Bamford drags players out with him and he moves the back 4 around, whereas I don't think Pirro does that. Pirro plays a bit deeper to start with, but when you've got a team that's coming at us, I think it suits Pirro better. So it's just a case of who's your opposition for me when it comes down to Pirro Bamford. And I think it's also the case there with Gnonto and James. It's who's your opposition.
Important to say, though, he kicked off our unbeaten run.
Yeah, he did. And he's done nothing to say, look, the place is yours, Pirro, you know.
Yeah. No hate for the man. Just think Patrick Bamford.
Is it 12 games we've played since January? 7 goals. Not bad return.
He's done well. But Patrick Bamford scored more. But I do feel Ruter plays better with Bamford than he does with Peru, personally. But like I say, when he rocks up back in
another reason I don't watch certain shows, because they're quick to write players off in their opinion and don't seem to admit the faults when they've got egg on the face. You know, I won't write any Leeds player off unless you do what Sinistera does. You know, where I don't want you to play again, in my opinion, but I don't try and pick the team. It is what it is. I like to look at things positively. Obviously, we all get down, we all get pissed off, frustrated, but you've got to look at things logically. Nobody at that club goes out there to lose the game, and everyone's trying to get us in the right direction. So sometimes you've got to be patient with it. And let's take the draw at Huddersfield, for example. Everyone's wheels are falling off. It's a draw away from home. We're still unbeaten. If that's 2 points dropped all year, then what are we really moaning about?
In hindsight, I feel we've created, right, spoiler, we'll go on to win the game against Sheffield Wednesday for anyone who doesn't know. But it's the perfect sort of reaction you want. 2 clean sheets. 2 clean sheets in a win.
Against tricky opponents.
Yeah.
But like you said, both games could have gone sour. If they could have scored with that shot in the last minute, that's 1-1. Wednesday could have gone 1 up if it weren't for Melior's save. That's 1-0. 2 totally different games could have gone totally different.
Exactly right. I feel it says a lot about where we are. That I don't think we particularly played well in both games. We certainly didn't play like the peak. In my opinion, the peak Leeds performance was the first half against Swansea, at Swansea. That was just total domination, sort of thing. Didn't know that. Could have talked us through it. Colonel. I forgot what was that. Damn Colonel with his. Anyway,
The peak at Swansea.
Yeah, but yeah, that was it. Basically, I feel like we peaked at Swansea in terms of an actual like a half of football. Scored 3 goals. Should have scored more. Didn't, but still, no, not complaining about it. Facts are.
But we've shown another side to us.
But we won the game.
Starting with Leicester, where we were under the cosh. We didn't have a lot of the ball. They could have been 3-0 up. On any other night, there would have been 3-0 up, but we found a way of winning that. And then, obviously, we dug out a point.
Yep.
And we found a way of beating these two. So it's not all doom and gloom. It's I'd take 3 points over the performance all day long. But that performance is going to make you chew your fingernails.
Something I have said is, at this stage of the season, I'm in the results business, not the performance business. So, 2 wins, however you get it. I don't want any of this. Like what Stoker's saying, like how we played really well, and you play like that every week, you'll be safe from relegation because you will pick up points against teams that are not as high flying, as to say. That's fine. But obviously, we can't afford to be looking at because we need wins more than picking up the odd point here and there because everyone around you isn't getting the points.
I think I've heard KG say this. Like, he believes in stories. I think it was for Pirro scoring against Swansea. I believe things are written. And when we got Farker at the beginning of the season, I just thought he's the one. He's the one manager out of the ones that have come down that knows how to win that league.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me wrong. Earlier on in the season, you start to doubt your own thoughts, and no one can blame me for doubting my thoughts. But I still just think it's written for him. It's just he knows how to win this league, and he says you don't worry about it till 6 games to go, and he seems to be right. Do you know what I mean? We all look at the league, right?
He'll create a cottage industry, Ben. If he wins the championship with us, I promise you, he will basically have a cottage industry. For instance, how Sam Allardyce has made a living out of being a firefighter? It will be he will take job of whichever of. Yeah, he will get the job of whichever of the 3 relegated teams he thinks is best for the rest of his football managerial career.
If he's available, yeah. If he doesn't succeed with us, yeah.
I mean, with the way football management is going, is that he will at some point.
He'll be the Mourinho of the Championship, basically, yeah.
Yeah. 100%. He will, whether he leaves us or we sack him, or let's be fair, it will probably result in us sacking him at some point. Because that's just football these days.
Look,
the odds are going to happen now, or he deserves it. That's not what we're saying. Just the reality is that is basically how most managerial football stories end. Like Bielsa was God, and he got sacked. He'll want Bielsa money too. He'll get it because he will have his pick of the teams. And it'll be whoever he believes is the best of the
we can actually afford to buy him some players this time around. Whereas I think he'll be a bit shrewder in the market. And we ain't got a fucking idiot in charge. Orta.
Yeah, this Nick Hammond guy seems to be impressing people. Let's just say ticking the boxes. But speaking of,
look.
Sorry, go on.
Jed Spence aside, can you moan at any of the signings we've made?
No, but you can understand why they went for Jed Spence as well.
Yeah.
Because they weren't anticipating that Archie Gray was going to be a fantastic right back.
Yeah, but I dare say if he hadn't got injured, we wouldn't have known Archie Gray is a fantastic right back, and things would have gone differently for him. So, but you've got to say we've done Shrewsbury and Purdue for $7 million. Come on.
I think some of the best business is Sam Byram on free, because Sam Byram has generally not had bad games for us when he has played.
But I think you sell Ampadu now, you double your money straight away.
Oh, easily.
If not 20, do you know?
Yeah. I'd be looking at 25 minimum. And you'd get it. You could get it from a parachute team. You could get it from a promoted team. Just because they'd be like, right, what I will say, speaking of defence, speaking of Ampadu, Leeds put out this thing which basically put out a tweet basically promoting the fact that Ampadu and Rodon are the main reason why we maintained our clean sheet. But it also led to someone saying this: fair play to Rodon for headbutting Firpo to factory reset him, team player. That was a real moment we won the game. Because Firpo was a bit ropey until we headbutted him on the corner. And it made Firpo remember that he is the Lionel Messi defending. So he is. And that being said, game ended. Handshake for also really important, man. I discovered Chris Powell was alive. Used to play for Charlton. Married Charlton.
Managed Charlton. I remember him.
Yeah, Chris Powell. That's Chris Powell. I was shocked. I was like, Chris Powell, what are you doing here? But, anyway, good old Chris Powell. $7 million bargain. I think I said this to Ben on Friday. I'm sure I did. We got Ampadu. Kamara, Gruev, and re-upped Archie Gray's contract for the money we got for Tyler Adams, who has not played a game for Bournemouth in the league. We essentially got free 20 million quid, and we bought a midfield. I mean, yeah, you're going to say, can that midfield sustain Premier League football? It doesn't have to. It will maybe get us out Championship. And I don't think we'll be having our head over our shoulders going, oh no, is financial fair play coming for us? Because we got cash in the door to pay for it.
You'd have thought Leicester had as well with the money they made from their sales.
No, but you know what it is, Ben, with Leicester? A lot of people don't know that none of their players had, because they were doing so well.
Yeah, they didn't have exit clauses, so they were stuck with the wage bill. Yeah.
There was not even the exit clauses. There was no relegation. What do you call it? Like you 50% of your wage cut.
Yeah, like what we had.
Relegation. Yeah. Whereas obviously a lot of the players, and in hindsight, you can say, they're disloyal or whatever. The reality is, they have a finite amount of time to make as much money as they can. So of course they're going to want the opportunity to make the same money they were.
It's enough money. You still the money, right? 50% of what they're earning for a season, right, is still enough money, right? They've got so much time, and they're not dud when they retire. They're not beyond working at fucking Tesco or somewhere like the rest of us. What? Just because they don't play football anymore, they're entitled to be fuck off, man. Yeah, it's like they're dead at fucking 35. No, they're not dead at 35. Some of them will get lucky enough to get TV jobs or radio jobs or punditry jobs, fine. Coaching jobs. There's a world out there for them, and they're still earning money. Bullshit,
I think
man.
Patrick Bamford's going to be the I think I could be wrong here. I think Patrick Bamford's going to be the presenter for the EFL on Sky.
At what
When
point in
he's
life,
done-
right, did an entertainer earn more than a fireman or a brain surgeon or
No, of
somebody
course they
that matters in life?
No, of course they shouldn't. I just get why they've done it. I know it sounds dumb.
Look, I
but it's
don't blame the footballer. I don't blame the
Yeah.
footballer for
No, it's
getting
the
the
agent
majority
that
share
pushes
of
it.
the money. The money that comes into football, right, is astronomical. And yeah, the footballer should get the lion's share of it because that's who you're paying to watch. But the money shouldn't be that astronomical to begin with. You know, it's just greed.
That's what I mean. Like, these players are in a situation where they need to make as much as they can because you could get a broken leg next week, and then you're done.
But they're insured.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
they'll
But
be
the player
insured
ain't
till
gonna
the
get
end
that
of
money.
that contract. They'll be insured till the end of that contract. And of course they will, mate. It's not like our insurance where we're playing Sunday League. With
Yeah,
some
but they're not
dodgy
then gonna get
broker
another one.
that's not going to pay your wages out. They're insured. Their
Yeah, but
legs
then
are
they're worried about
insured.
when their
All of
next
it.
contract's coming from and things like that. Like, there's always
But then
something.
that brings me back to my point. Are you above being a mechanic? Are you above working in a factory? Are you above working in a bookies? Just because you were lucky enough, just because you were lucky enough to be good at a game, where we're in a world where that game is power. Do you know?
Yeah, it was 1995, I believe, Jimmy. Could be wrong there.
Jimmy Hill's fault.
Yeah, but ultimately, those players have fucked off, and ultimately, it was one of the best things that could have happened to us to some degree.
I suppose I don't mean like when it happens like Sinistera levels, Tyler Adams levels, where we're only talking 20, 30 grand difference. But when you're on the levels of like Messi going to America for shares in Apple, and that's just ridiculous money. You know, that's greed.
Anyway, the reaction to Leeds winning the game, we had such things as much improved second half, Ampadu and Rodon at unbreakable wall, sign them both, please. We have one of them already. So, wait, Flibbity did Dob. Do you believe that we've got Ampadu on loan? Anyway, Andy Lim says huge, and Bradley says nothing is big in Sheffield, especially the football. Linda Lovell said great start to the weekend. Well done, lads. No complaints. Not a lot in the first half. Miles apart after half time. League matches in 2024, 11 wins, 1 draw, 9 clean sheets, 26 goals, 3 against. Thank you, sir. Ayush is happy. Footy Social, very happy. Footy Social appears also in the Sheffield Wednesday reaction of Barry Bannon bald. He had a good game, to be fair to him.
He always does.
Yeah, it feels like he always does.
No, he's just one of them players, isn't he? He's just tidy with the ball. I think he made three shit passes all night for him. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them are safe passes, but he seems to find that line, you know, through the players to get him out of trouble. Yeah,
is it fair to say he's a bit Ampadu-like in that nothing's fancy, but he does all the fundamentals well, generally speaking?
Yes, yeah, very.
He's fundamentally sound at football.
He's very strong on the ball for his size.
Yeah.
I don't mind Barry Bannon, not a bad player.
Yeah. Dan Ryan Benson, says, on another day, could have got something out of that. First half, they were rattled, but the golfing quality and financial backing was clear in the end. Proud of the lads for the effort. Doesn't define our escape onwards and upwards. That's a fair way of looking at it. But then TUFC's straight in there with going down, Wednesday going down, kicking them while they're down. I don't agree with it, but, you know, major golfing quality, we go again. Weren't going to get much from this game either way. Surely it's a proverbial free hit for them. It'd be like when we play Liverpool in the Premier League.
I suppose a free hit, but when every point matters at this stage, I can get why. Look, it is a free hit, but I can get after the first half why they feel aggrieved that they didn't get a little bit more out of it. But there was a golfing class in second half.
Oh, that first half was killer. That miss, the early chance that they had killed them.
I think the timing of the goal as well killed them.
Oh, yeah, that really killed them. But I mean, from their perspective, when they're looking at life, because if they'd got 1-0 up, they could have sat on it. And
it's about taking your chances, isn't it?
Generally, the only games we've really lost
this league lets you off. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. Inferior opposition goes 1-0 up on us, sits behind the ball. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't do that. It's evidently the tactic that has worked for many more than it hasn't. But you got to take that chance when you get it, and they didn't. That being said, Rodon looked like an absolute warrior. Must have been, well, he did headbutt Firpo, to be fair. So that explains all the bandages and injuries and plasters and stuff. But we also then got this, what I thought was a funny moment of Rodon asking, wait a minute, the man of the match is me.
Definitely.
Yay! He seemed very happy. We then got our obligatory let's go from Ruter. It's getting more and more creepy by the week. I think he's getting closer to the camera every time. Hey Spencer, how you doing?
He'll be in your room next time, Tom. He'll be there.
Yeah.
Poltergeist.
Yeah, I'll be like, just don't bring your horse, mate. Anyway.
He's here.
Yeah. Oh my god. That being said,
straight into your dungeon.
I suppose I'm the last person to talk about creepiness. I did put together my favourite Andy Hinchcliffe tweets during the game or of the weekend.
I've not enjoyed him. I've learned to start with the LUTV feed now. There is no more Andy Hinchcliffe for me.
Which game are you dreading the most? QPR away. We rarely do well there, but I've got a feeling this Leeds team might get the result there.
We've got a couple of tricky games to come still.
Mm-hmm.
Hull will be easy. Middlesbrough will be easy. Sunderland will probably give us a game.
But for us to get in the Premier League, Ben, we need to beat them. Beat these lads.
I know. I'm just saying it's not going to be all plain sailing, you know.
No, absolutely not.
There's going to be twists in everybody else's season too, so we just got to ride it out and be patient and just positive.
Anyway,
we've got momentum.
We certainly have. I mean, but we've just got to win the games one at a time. Got to be better than what 9-10 teams now.
That's it. Well, it helps when you're not conceding, doesn't it?
The foundation's
got
there.
that goal in, you don't lose.
Lord Leddy said, Andy Hinchcliffe is an absolute penis. Janie said, what a great goal from our Paddy. You wouldn't think that, though. If you were listening to that miserable killjoy that was at Sky Sports Andy Hinchcliffe, if I could watch the game any other way, I would immediately cut off my subscription. Fuck off, AH. Brilliant goal. Is there another way that you can watch the game if you don't want to listen to Andy Hinchcliffe, sir?
There is. You need to get yourself a Magic Fire Stick. A Magic Fire Stick, it's called. And you have many options on there to watch the game. You can watch the game via that dickhead or the other dickhead, depending if it's what night it is. Or you can watch the opposition feed or the LUTV feed or possibly some other country's feed.
Very diplomatic and legally sound.
Average price of about £60 a year for the Magic Fire Stick.
Interesting take, Glenn. I wish I had your confidence.
Everybody knows somebody.
That's true. Sheffield need 3 to win. Maths with Andy Hinchcliffe, everyone. This is what my Sky subscription buys me. With a sarcastic clap in the gif.
Joe Rodon and Purdue are the best centre-back partnership in the Championship, Andy Hinchcliffe. They must be really good for him to say that, because he hates us.
Don't you love having the best defence, right? And half of it's centre midfielders.
The thing that worries me is we had one of the best defences the time we previously got promoted. And then we went back to immediately conceding loads of goals. It was like, what the hell was that? I mean, it's because of Ben White, weren't it, really? That's why it's imperative to now road on down to a contract like the day after we get promoted or something.
You don't replace Ben White with Robin Koch. It's like replacing a Ferrari with a Fiat. It's just
Andy who? Yeah. Could anyone tell from last night's Sheffield Wednesday Leeds United commentary that he was an ex-Wednesday player? How is Andy Hinchcliffe working for Sky? He's absolutely horrific at commentary. He always just says what the lad should have done. Oh, that's nailed him down to a T, hasn't it? Oh, what he should have done there. I detest, massively detest Andy Hinchcliffe. Crock of a player, absolute rats pundit. When I say detest, I mean like burningly detest. To which Oily the Owl says, he's always against us in commentary. Same as Don Goodman. They all hate Wednesday. Pruton is a dick too. Wait a minute. Sheffield Wednesday fans also, this is the thing I've also noticed, other teams also hate him.
no one likes him.
Biased. Yeah.
It's just, I suppose Wednesday will find this, but whenever it's against Leeds, it doesn't matter who he hates us more than them. He teach Lionel Messi to score goals.
Yeah.
You know, and coming from the most bang average fucking fullback I've ever seen.
It's funny you say
Got
that.
8 England caps under God knows whoever was dishing out England caps.
Andy Hinchcliffe must think he was Lionel Messi as a player, the way he commentates.
There you go. Smash.
I knew I had one with Messi. I knew it. But finish it off, obviously. Listen to the pain in Andy Hinchcliffe's voice get off that Bamford goal. Hook it to my veins. Barry Bannon must have some horrid naked photos of Andy Hinchcliffe. He doesn't fucking shut up about him. And Andy Hinchcliffe's on commentary wearing full Sheffield Wednesday kit, including shin pads, drinking tea from a Sheffield Wednesday mug with his face on it. But I still thought the pink one was. Must think he's Lionel Messi as a player. Because obviously Lionel Messi would do what he should have done. Because they're the same. They're the same ability. Anyway, apologies, Mr. Ben. So, what do we make of that? I think that's fairly comprehensive on the scheme of things. Make of that what you will. Also, this is the rest of the scores. Obviously, Cardiff did us a massive favour. It's a thing of beauty, weren't it, really?
Thank you, Brownie, for that.
Yeah, Brownie, I hold you personally responsible for that turnaround. And obviously, well done to Hull as well. Thank you for that. Unfortunately, Sunderland couldn't hold.
Well done to Hull, but then no, not well done to Hull, because I actually watched this.
Oh, should have won, should they?
Well, when they went 2-1 up and then immediately conceded, and it was terrible.
I
they
guess
just let them walk straight through him. Give it to Vardy, who had like 10 yards of space. Goal.
I don't know. I guess I see it more as like, well done to them not giving Leicester 3 points. Also,
well, yeah,
I don't want to ride my luck too much, considering Ipswich dropped points. They
should have, and they missed a penalty as well. They should have took all 3 points, really.
Fair point.
If I was a Hull fan, I'd have come away from that feeling pretty miffed.
That's a fair point. This is the table, obviously. Look how tight it is at the bottom. Bloody hell. Well, obviously, not the bottom.
That's a mad.
Yeah. Sheffield Wednesday would have gone, what, 17th with a win? No, not 17th. Probably, whatever. Maths never my fault, even that is my job. Anyway, so Leeds United, Oh my God, we're almost creeping up under the We All Love Leeds banner where our points total.
So there's 28 points available. So
it's just
Leicester
nice
can
seeing
finish
back
110, so we can finish 107.
That is Ipswich's. From what I've been reading on socials, Ipswich fans fear it. Like Norwich fans are absolutely baying to play Ipswich in the playoffs. Because obviously, and they think they'll beat them because they're also in form. They've won like 7 games on the trot, something like that. Something silly like that. Could be wrong. And yeah, 27 points played for, obviously, it being 9 games. But I'm amazed that we can still get over the 100-point mark. It feels like an unprecedented number for us because it is. Probably someone's going to get near 100 points and not go up. I don't want that to be us. Anyway, that being said, we'll have a look at our next matches in the prediction thing. I'm not doing too hot at this, to be fair. Imagine being a T-Dogs fan. Yeah. Anyway, so, but I believe Mr. Ben had a display for us of if the table was just in 2024. I believe we'd be 10 points in front of the nearest challenger, which would be Norwich. And we are a lot of points in front of Leicester. If only it was a year-by-year table. I hope you're right, Jimmy. Obviously, Rotherham not doing well. Bristol City, it feels like they've done a lot better this year than that. But evidently, they've not done well. Anything you can glean from that, Mr. Ben? Other than that we're doing really well.
That's what you just said.
Okay. You know what? I'll do the... Ben, he loves doing his player of the week that he either likes or hates, and he's got a new one for us this week. It's sponsored by Ben, the Junior Firpo Player of the Week.
Gold.
It's the Junior Firpo Player of the Week. Who did you pick as the Junior Firpo Ben Player of the Week?
It's only one player you can. I mean, did there. I thought he had a solid shift in both games. He's rarely had a bad game in general, though, to be fair, this season. Proud of him. Can ask.
That's all you can ask, you're right. Before we do the question of the week, I did want to find out, on January 22nd, this was tweeted out by Southampton. I believe I alluded to this the other week, but I've actually gone and found it, where Southampton's Saints statistics page didn't even include us in their title race tweet. Literally say we're out of the picture. I headed straight for them as soon as we surpassed them. I headed straight for them. Do you know we can? Bunia Serpo, obviously, of course. Do you know we can go above Leicester with a 2-goal swing against Millwall next week?
Yeah.
I don't get me wrong. Don't be arrogant about it. I'll still take a 1-goal win for the 3 points. Just want the 3 points. But if we did happen to get a couple, we would actually unseat Leicester, which would be quite the occasion, let's just say. The Vice Bremners, you are like smell.
Who have they got next?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you asked because none of them play next week because of the cup. Leicester are in the cup, and I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton. 'Cause I believe they were meant to play Southampton.
Right, cool.
That being said, I don't actually know who they're meant to play next. But apparently we will be not even Ipswich. That's mad.
Ipswich play Wednesday. It's their second one down.
Do you know what time we kick off against Millwall?
It's 12 o'clock, is it?
Oh, thank God for that. For some reason, I had it in my head that it was a 3 o'clock game, and I was like, oh my God, how am I going to put this together in like 3 hours? But anyway. Oh, thank God for that. Wonderful. Just whenever they play next. But the thing is, their arrogance over the game in hand previously, which they then ended up losing, in my opinion, set up any downfall they may have. If we win, Ipswich plays Sheffield Wednesday, don't they? Yeah. And Ian Paveda will be back.
It's Reed Davis.
Yeah. So, in other words, do you think? I think Michael Norman may have said this. I don't know if I've dreamed it. Jesse Marsh's real worst piece of work at Leeds was selling Leif Davis to Ipswich. Because Leif Davis he's already tied the record for Championship assists for a defender. And there's like 9 games left. I mean, don't get me wrong.
To play him, you've got to
play out wide, didn't you?
Somebody else.
Oh, and yeah, obviously Firpo, yeah. I mean, it was more the fact that he sold him, not he could have just kept him in the reserves, and that would have kept a lot of goals out of Ipswich. Ostensibly, I mean, the real reason he had no use for him, obviously, was because he doesn't play down the wings, does he? Not Marsh doesn't like the wings, so he had no use for a left back that loves the wings. Although he loved Junior Firpo, so everyone loves Junior Firpo. Don't even know what I said that loud. Not sure Brendan have to find room for the Preston match. That's true. Anyway, that being said, I think it's time for the Mr. Tom question of the week. It's the Mr. Tom Not So Imaginative question of the week. I think that week gets longer every time. I don't know. The real question is, Ben, what do you think the question of the week is going to be?
Some sort of combined 11.
Name these 11 players that play for both Leeds United and Stoke City. And there are your clues, everyone.
Is it Blackman?
6 minutes. Sorry.
Blackman in goal.
Oh dear, let me double check. You know what it is? I was looking in the wrong place. It is not Blackman.
Right, I'm going to go with...
Yeah, I'll give you a clue. It's a former England goalkeeper.
Banks.
Nope.
No, it's off England goalkeeper. Butland. Jack Butland, right.
Correct. So we've got Chapman.
Fraser Richardson.
Correct.
DP. Danny Pugh.
AF is not Adam Forshaw. I will say it is not Adam Forshaw.
Danny Pugh.
That's not to say these players didn't play for them, but they're not in this 11. Danny Pugh is correct.
Don Matteo.
Oh, hang on. Don Matteo is correct. Yeah, Don Matteo. Yeah. Who is NW?
Noel Whelan.
Noel Whelan.
NW.
Did anyone get LB? Because I don't know who Liam Baker is.
Lewis Baker.
Yep. Mr. T.
Um,
Mr. T. And yeah,
Michael
we'll say
Thomas.
Michael Young for Michael Tong.
Michael Tom. Right, cool.
Yeah, but you still haven't got AF, and it's not.
I ain't
a
even
player
had a
from
go at it yet.
1920. No, I'm just saying it's not a player from 1920 or that. It's a legitimate answer. Who
What
is
era?
JC? Who is SV? I'm absolutely
SV can't be
certain.
many.
I'll tell you what
Sam
year
Vokes.
Yeah, it is Sam Vokes, yeah.
Lee Chapman.
Yep. Who is JC?
Could have had Jermaine Pennant again.
AF ended his career with Leeds, apparently. It is
What
not
era?
John Charles. AF played for Leeds in 2010. 8 games in 2010. He played for Stoke.
Flint.
He played for Stoke in 2010, so he joined us from Stoke. It's not Len Armitage because he was in the article that I got this out of and I swapped it out for someone that didn't play in 1948 or something. Albert Flintstone. Oh, you're very close with Andy F. It's not Andy F. Think about it.
Is JC Junior Chirpo? No.
Definitely Junior Chirpo. I'll give you a clue. He played for Bielsa. Yeah, Nigel Worthington is the left one. Yeah.
Jack Clark.
Yes.
So we've got NW and AF then.
Yes.
Nigel Worthington, we've got it there. Colonel Ward.
Oh, well yeah. Colonel did get that, yeah.
I'm thinking AD Flint or something. Oh, I can't think. Andy.
I'll give you this is a good clue, or it's very similar. He went from Stoke in 2010 to Leeds in 2010. Actually, I'll tell you who he played for. He started his career at Monaco, then played for ES Fregis, Auxerre, Portsmouth, Newcastle, Charlton, had a loan at Rangers, then played for Stoke, and then finished his career with Leeds.
It wasn't young Ida Fjortoft, was it?
It was not. Amdi Faye.
Amdi Faye. Still don't know who he is.
No, you wouldn't, because he was only with us for 6 months, and then we just didn't renew his contract. I'll tell you how he did career statistics wise. For Leeds, he had 8 appearances, no goals.
So, did we get SV?
Sorry, which one? SV was Sam
Vokes. Yeah, Sam Vokes. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. So that being said, I'll put up the answers now. Yeah. So, and we've hit the 2-hour mark. Unbelievable. He did play for Portsmouth more.
And the Hoff
according
is
to
a
his
fan.
Wikipedia article.
I see.
Sorry, sir.
The Hoff is a fan.
Oh yeah.
I see now.
Oh yeah. The Hoff messages me all the time. Yeah. He's like, when are you going to be on next? When are you going to do another We All Love Leeds show? Because he also loves Leeds, and it'll be that's next Sunday at 9 p.m. UK time.
It's not about the amount of subscribers; it's who the subscribers are.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Unless they're Colonel Ward, and he starts asking you about how much milk a cow gave off that week or whatever, something like that. Great character. It's great character. In all seriousness, everyone, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
I had
everyone.
fun. Let's even thank Steve, because
Thank you,
he
Steve.
sent this in
to be watching.
he sent it in a direction I did not expect, and I've never really prepared for that. So, okay. Well, yeah, quality over quantity. Although we do have quite a high quantity for a start-up show, to be fair.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. I know this sounds really silly, but I do feel humbled that people, and let's just quite bluntly, that are not even Leeds fans, are giving us their time to even support us.
Yep. I'm glad. I'm happy that you find me entertaining for your Sunday evening.
It's genuinely nice. You know, I don't want to get too melodramatic over it, but it's kind that people are giving us their time. The ones that are Leeds fans, they find like there's something to be gleaned from this, or I don't know what, but it's something. And the ones that are not Leeds fans, are obviously are. I mean, they could spend that time with their family, but they're like, no, I'd rather listen to Tom and Ben give out to Steve in the chat, or whatever. Who else to do on Sunday night? That's fair enough as well. So. That's what I suspected the real reason was. But anyway, yeah, no problem, Russ. Again, so thank you everyone for your time. That was really cool of you to give us your time. And no, let me pick the wrong one. Because of course I did.
Turn the lights out.
Yeah, I'm not going to do the
Match fix. Match fix.
To do the outro properly this week. Anything you want to say, Ben? Before I
no, thanks everyone for joining us. Same time next week.
Cool. Have a good night, everyone. Take care. Leeds is Leeds.
Take care.